Good morning, McCurran County. Back again live on 259 with Warren Jackson and Micah Frazier. It's currently 50 degrees out there in McCurran County. It's a great day to have a great day. What's up, Micah?
What's going on? We got a special guest, the last of this school year. We got Dr. Alan Bryant here. Just going to tell us a little bit about what we got going on, what maybe wish the kids a good summer and stuff. I know you're ready to take some days off. What few days you get off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know our teachers are looking forward to it. They're on the countdown. Last day for our kids is Thursday, as a matter of fact. So only 2 more days after this with our kids. And of course, we have graduation on Friday night. So, a lot of things happening this week. A very, very busy week. At our elementary sites, those teachers, those kids are working on those final programs for kids. I know over at Primary South, they'll be doing their final programs and performing, having their awards ceremonies there as well. We've already started awards ceremonies at some of the sites, but most of those award ceremonies will be held tomorrow and on Thursday. So if you have a student that's enrolled at one of our sites, please make sure, if you haven't checked with the sites, on what times your particular student may be having an awards assembly.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happening this week at all of our sites. And so it's an exciting time time for kids. I know it's an exciting time for staff because they're looking forward to a few days off, but we just keep moving right along. It's an exciting time of year.
So give people a background of, because even though the kids get out, y'all still, show up and, just finish up paperwork or, whatever needs to be done and stuff. And I know y'all end up going back to school before the kids do, before they have to and stuff. So, what does that look like? Paint a picture for.
So, school just really never closes. Now, kids, for the most part, most of our kids will be through for the summertime. We will have summer school that will start. Actually, summer school starts Monday next week. So anyone who's attending summer school, they don't really have a break, but summer school will run until the end of June. And so anyone who is enrolled in one of our summer programs will be at school during the month of June. And then, of course, they'll have July off. So we have a few teachers who will work during June, several, as a matter of fact, because of summer school. All of our administrative staff works year-round, so building principals are year-round, custodial staff, those types of folks are year-round, trying to get the buildings ready for the next school year.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to – you think about the amount of floor space that's in each building. We have to completely strip and re-wax all those floors during the summer, repair work, painting that may need to be done.
So y'all deep clean the entire school each year?
Yes.
Oh.
All the floors are completely stripped down and re-waxed, every school building. So that takes place during the summer. Have to somewhat work around summer school a little bit in June, but then July, it busts loose on the work trying to get done in July and ready to get kids back in school in August.
So it's just all the repairs and everything, the stuff we'll just kind of just hold off. If it's not an emergency, it's just kind of hold off till summer.
Right. Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know if it was on your page, but I saw a picture of, was it the new gym? It was like new weight room.
Oh, that's for our weight room that we don't have all the equipment in yet, but we will probably by the 1st of July. Have a completely new weight room. We're working on getting that in place. So, it's going to look nice whenever that's in place for our kids. A lot of things we're working on with our athletic program right now. Our new AD is just, he's a ball of fire. Working with our kids, working with our coaching staff, trying to get things aligned for the new year. Can't sing his praises enough right now. Just does a great job. Forward thinking. Of course, I think last time I was in here, I mentioned him as an Ida Bell graduate back in the day. So he has a lot of heart for Ida Bell. I'm glad to be back here to try to help out in our athletic area.
That's good. It's you see a lot of stuff going on here, but especially with you being here every month, it just you kind of see more and more of everybody getting involved. Like you said, Coach Harjo and all of them. You see the what was her name? She won state for lifting. Powerlifting and stuff.
Maya Murray, she's four-time state champion.
Four-time state champion. That's unbelievable, man. Yeah, and it's just you see things happening like that, and you're making progress. not just academically or what do you call that? Athletically and all that. But just in these kids' lives and stuff, they'll always have that.
And the good thing is these are good kids.
Yeah.
They really are. You think about she's getting ready to go off to college, but a 4-time state champion. We recognized her at our school board meeting last night, as a matter of fact, because of her recognition of being 4-time state champion. And so the board members were asking her, well, how much weight did you lift? And I tell you what, the amount of weight that girl could lift would put any of us to shame. I can tell you, she's just a strong girl, sweet girl. But yeah, and you talked about Coach Harjo and Coach Gamble. They just got back from state track this past weekend, and had two individuals who really did well. We had Katie McClure, who is our ag teacher's daughter, junior this year, placed second or runner up in the state for high jump, which was pretty good. Of course, Baker Hoskins has been a staple around here. He's graduating this year. Won 3 medals at state this year with long jump. I think he came in 4th in long jump, and 3rd in the 110 hurdles, 2nd in the 300 hurdles. And so it's just amazing to go up there and watch that caliber of athletes. So it's, we're privileged to be able to have those types of kids in our school district. And I encourage any who want to be a part of our Warrior Nation team to enroll. We've got a place for you. We've put up enrollment signs around town. Now's the time to enroll. It doesn't matter, what grade you're going to be in for the next year. It's time now to start enrolling so we can start getting class schedules.
Where could someone enroll at?
Any of the school sites. If you're going to be a pre-K age, which is 4 years old by September 1st, up through 1st grade, then you're going to enroll at Primary South. If it's 2nd through 5th, you're going to be at Central. Of course, 6th through 8 at middle school, and then high school takes the 9th through 12th graders. So just go to the offices at those buildings and go through that enrollment process, and we'll get you lined up, start getting the schedules ready for the next school year.
One thing I've always noticed is Idabel public schools are kind of on the ball when it comes to like the future of academics and stuff. Like y'all were, I want to say, the first school that was already set to do like before COVID and stuff. What do you call
online
those?
Instruction?
Yeah, online instruction and stuff. Like y'all were the first ones to start. Y'all were already set for that. Right. It wasn't a big. Y'all are already had everything ready to go, and it wasn't new to y'all.
Well, we were fortunate at that time. We were 1-to-1 with all of our students already at that time with our technology and devices. Mm-hmm. I think we probably were leading everyone around here about every student having a device to be able to take home at that time. And so we were very fortunate. Didn't realize COVID was coming, and we had already had a couple of practice rounds where we did online instruction and just had the kids off campus.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers had to come to work, but the kids were off campus with their devices, and so we had that practice round then. So it's and online instruction is one thing. I'm not a huge proponent of that on a day in day out basis because I just think kids do better face to face. Our teachers like it better face to face, but there is a place for it. And so our teachers do a good job about being able to modify when it comes to a time where they need to for online instruction.
And it kind of seems like it would help get them ready, especially the high school kids to, if they're taking classes here or, they want to go online, and, if they want to stay here and they want to take online classes.
And that's a good point. You've got to learn it. I mean, that's the nature of our world today. Yeah. And so, what better place to start teaching our kids how to be successful in an online environment than when they're in school. I certainly don't think you rely upon it, but that is a skill that our kids need to learn. Because you're right. And when they go to college, they're going to.
Yeah.
I teach for Southeastern a lot as well. And every class that I teach for Southeastern is totally online. So, it's a needed skill.
And most definitely, it's just, it kind of helps you with the deadlines and stuff, because they have a certain time. Like I know my son, he'll wait till Sunday. He'll wait, but I was kind of like that. If they said it wasn't done or wasn't due till midnight on Sunday.
Right.
Well, I'll do it Sunday, Sunday afternoon and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
I've heard people say, if you wait to the last minute to do it, then it only takes a minute to do it.
Yeah. Yep. And but there was times where like the internet would mess up, and I'm like, I gotta email this teacher now. I can't do my work. I know I should have did it. Luckily, they were like, yeah, just turn it in tomorrow, or whatever. But some schools, they don't cut you slack and stuff like that. So it's always kids. It's better to just be prepared and get it done. Like now, when Broken Bow was doing their, Fridays, it was online learning. I just told them, just get it done Friday or Thursday. Yes, like Thursday when you just get it done. That way you ain't got to worry about
that anymore.
You can play all day Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
But he'll wait. He would wait. I got to do my work, and it'd be like 10:30. Like, go. What? Driving me crazy.
That's pretty normal, I think, for most of these kids.
It's but yeah, just taking that step of getting them ready for that, because now I started with my kids. It's like, well, y'all's the world is going to be a whole lot different than mine. Like we didn't have online learning, we didn't anything, but y'all are going. Like you said, there is a place for that. That's something I know, like older generations and stuff. Kids don't need that, but they're not being raised in the world they're going to be living in as adults. That's going to be totally different than what we were raised in and what we see today. Even just thinking about the last 20 years, I'm going on my 19th year out of school. Right. And when you probably had smart boards your whole.
Oh yeah.
That was brand new when I first started taking classes here at KTC or Southeast. Yeah. It was brand new. It was a big thing. Like it was like, we got this new smart board and stuff. And we're like, so that was 19 years ago. So just the amount of stuff that they've come up with along the way.
Smart boards are somewhat, old technology at this point.
Yeah.
It was still useful, but then, it's not the newest thing anymore.
Yeah. Like
they got full on 60-inch TVs now.
It's so crazy what they got now. And so, you think about that. That's 19 years of just more and more. And it's just going faster and faster these days. AI and everything.
And you mentioned the TVs, and that's what we use now instead of smart boards. It's much cheaper. Use those TVs, and you can cast up there from iPads that teachers may have, and it's just totally hands-on learning with devices, and it's pretty simple.
So we're at the year point, end of the year, full school year, no cell phones. How?
It's been a good deal. Very few issues. And of course the state legislature just passed the law to make that permanent. The governor has signed it, so that will be in effect now and evermore. It's just no cell phones in school, but I think it's been a great thing for our kids.
It seems with my kids, I tell them, it's like matter of fact, it was last Friday, when ate and stuff, and first thing they do, we go eat somewhere, and first thing they do is just on the phones. And I told them, I was like, all right, do me a favor, like put the phones down, like let's have a conversation, we're for this time, just right now. I'm not saying I went back to y'all will always have phones and everything, but like when you sit down in front of somebody to eat and stuff, just like give them your attention, like
that's
have a
almost
conversation.
A lost art too, on people being able to have that face-to-face communication.
So we worked on that, and I didn't look at my phone either, lead by example. So I said, how long do y'all think it's been? Just they were like, I don't know. And I was like, how long do you think you could go, without the phone and stuff? And they were like, I don't know. And it's like, it's like sometimes you got to let your mind reset. I said, you're constantly on the phones or screens, and I said your motor's just going constantly. It's like sometimes it's good to just, ease on the brakes and just let it go back to reset itself.
Right.
And at some point you don't even miss it. But y'all never give yourself that time. And I think we were talking about that, when the school year started this. I think it'll be good for them to have that, 8-hour break of just not constantly checking the phone and stuff. So Of course.
You know, I think our kids have enjoyed that too. From
Yeah.
what I can see.
We've seen the you know, kids playing board games and stuff now, and you know, getting that social interaction now instead of, you know, just you're in the same room and just like, what are you doing and stuff. So that's good. That's I think that'll only continue, and you know, they've already got used to it, and it'll just keep, you know, the ball just keep rolling that way. So
yeah, I was glad to see that legislature made it permanent, and so we'll just roll on just like what we have been. I think not going to have any issues with it.
So anything else you would like to say?
No, just, you know, again, it's the last week of school. A lot of things happening. Our senior class has baccalaureate tomorrow night at First Baptist Church at 7:00. Graduation, of course, over at our football stadium Friday night at 7:00. And plenty of room for people to come and be a part of those last activities for this senior class. I was talking with an individual last night. Our seniors had one of our English teachers, Bethany Farley, has started a project with her classes over the past several years where they have a senior sunrise at the start of their senior year where they all get together at a football stadium before school starts. And then at the end of school, they do a senior sunset. And so last night was the senior sunset over at the football stadium. Had parents over there grilling burgers for the kids. They watched movies out on the football field. But I was talking with one of the parents over there last night a little bit. You know, we were just discussing, you know, our kids probably don't realize it right now, but it's a hard thing to try to get through to them that, hey, you know, this is the last time that you will be together as a whole with everybody in this class at one time.
The sad thing is they probably won't get that.
They won't get that
because coming in as a senior, people told me that. And I didn't really get it until after I graduated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
And it's true. I mean, you know, it's a sad thing. Some will pass on, you know, even when you come back for reunions, even if that hasn't happened, not everyone will be back here. So it is the last time. So enjoy it. I mean, make those memories and make it mean something.
That's what you know, I told my daughter she's going to be a senior this upcoming year. And I told her, I said, you know, it sounds cliche, you know, but it's older people, you know. I said, y'all don't realize, you know, they say this is the best times of your life. And I said, I think that's because this is the only time in your life where you're old enough to go do stuff and you're young enough. You can call somebody and, hey, you want to go to the movies? And everybody will go. Everybody will show up. I said, after this, so you're going to be working or they're going to be working or they've got kids or, you know, this and that. They don't live here anymore. They're at school. Everybody's schedules just get hectic. And this is the only time where y'all are old enough y'all can go to the lake or y'all can go a pickup game of basketball or just meet up go get something to eat. And everybody will be there. Everybody will show up. Yeah. You know, within a moment's notice, you know, what time we going? 30 minutes.
I'll be there.
Trying that now afterwards, it's like, wow, man, I got to work or, you know, I got this. And it just, you never get that time back of being able to connect and meet and, you know, whenever. I say after school or after high school and stuff, it's
the responsibilities come along. Exactly.
Like they're either working or they're going to school or they got class, you know, just whatever it is. And so this is the only time where you're conscious as a, you know, young adult and stuff, and y'all can go have fun and stuff, and everybody will be there. Everybody will show up. Your whole class can show up if they wanted to.
So the encouragement is participate, make those memories. Don't let it pass by.
So one last thing you would say, or just want to say to all the students for, you know, ending the year and going into summer.
Hey, you know, it's been enjoyable being with you this year. Enjoy the summer. You know, enjoy the summer. I know some of you will work, but, you know, take some time, enjoy being outside. And if you're coming back to school again next year, if you're one that is not fortunate enough to be graduating and coming back, know we'll be ready for you when you come in August, but, you know, just enjoy your time off this summer.
All right. That was Dr. Alan Bryant, Superintendent for Idabel Public Schools. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I guess it'll be August next time we see you. But if you just want to stop by one random morning.
Yeah, just whenever, Dr. Bryant, we love you. Come by whenever you want.
Yeah, anytime you want to.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for